PISCES, welcome to my channel. I am Raven from south of Norway, and this will be your twin flame read. It is timeless. I'm going to stick to timeless reads for now, and so whenever you see this, it will be or might resonate with you. It will be a read where we have a look on your person. It's either your twin flame, the one you are in love with, the one you are thinking about, your soulmate. It doesn't matter how you define it, but it is the vibration and the connection in between the two of you that we are going to count on. Now, I already did one read for you yesterday. Unfortunately, the Great Spirit didn't want this to take place. I got continuously interrupted. So I also got in today that we are going to use the unicorn cards. And since we are using the unicorn cards, we might as well also use the unicorn oracle deck by Paolo Barberi, which is awesome, which is beautiful. And we are also going to use the astrological deck, which is showing the astrological influences that they are affected by. Unfortunately, I do not have enough time to give you as long reads as I did 1 year ago, but hopefully this will help and give you greater insight and understanding in the relationship between the two of you. And if you don't know what a twin flame is, then just look it up. I don't have time to explain it, but note that when you meet a real twin flame, apparently it's a very difficult process because you start to activate things within yourself because you are on a spiritual path. One of you will be less spiritual than the other, and like someone very great on this channel on this tube is talking about is this push and pull energy. So I do the reads a little bit different, and I'm also scrying and channeling messages as we go along. Okay, so let's get started. So show me the energy of the twin flame that are connected to PISCES. Remember, it is a collective read. Take what resonates, leave the others behind. Check also your star chart on astro.com, or if you have another page. If you have a strong placement in another sign, that too might complete the reading and resonate with you. Okay, so we are going to look for the jumpers, and we already are on Virgo in reverse. Yeah, okay. Okay, it seems like a lot of similar things are popping up here. That is a lot of energy popping up here in the basic frame. So Virgo in reversed, in how they appear or how they approach you, might be someone who are slightly disorganized, or they might need to organize themselves a little better. They might also be a little bit very secretive, actually. I also get that they are very attractive. They might have a very what is the word? Tight, not tight, but strict, or they are not sure quite. It's a tension between the unconventional and traditional things. Uranus in reverse. So in a way, I'm not sure if this is someone who likes to stand out, but this is one who carries a lot of secret, and they are full of passion. But they can also come out as a little bit manipulative. I'm going to be honest with you on that one. Okay. So let's continue. So this will be their path. This is someone who needs to organize themselves. They can be very, very stuck in logic perceptions. If it's not logic to them, then you know, it ain't real. Now, Uranus popping up here tells me that this is someone quite genius and unconventional, confirmed by the one here. Perhaps they're a little bit afraid of being unconventional regarding standing out and being noticed, but yet they are. Someone who are thinking differently, who have a brilliant mind. They might be geniuses. And usually geniuses, yes, they can be a little bit messy. It's apparently a thing. They're occupying their minds of so many things. So they could also, you know, it could be someone with a strong Aquarian placement here. During the moon, they seem to have a lot of tension regarding their emotions, okay? And they're coming out with a very strong Scorpio moon, so they don't have to exactly have that in their natal chart. But it could be progressive, which is something that influences them right now. They also have Taurus placement here. So it could be that they have some Scorpio moon placed in the second house, or the other way around. But I get that the Scorpio moon is, you know, this moon is highly influenced by Scorpio energies. So we are talking about a little bit of a kind of Aquarian Scorpio energy here. This is someone you cannot tell them what to do. They are following a very untraditional path in life. But do they want to be noticed? This is kind of an yin-yang. They're a little bit critical. They are way too strict with themselves. They could be a little bit materialistic, that they are hoarding things, but they are also very sensual. They like to touch, they like to be touched, although they necessarily won't come out as someone who are codependent on you. They could come out as very independent in their energy, and yet there is some part of it. It's like they have this tentacle in their aura that is holding on to you. And yeah, Saturn and Taurus, they are both like old papas. They like traditions. So it's colliding a little bit with Uranus, and this is why we see the Aquarian people. They are a little bit back and forward. They are difficult to deal with sometimes because they are ruled by Saturn and Uranus, and they are completely opposites in how they behave or what they think. Absolutely everything. Saturn is the Grim Reaper, is all about conventions and traditions, and so is Taurus. But Pluto and Scorpio shows me that the emotions of this individual are coming out as very, very strict here. I'm going to put that as a Scorpio moon as main. I think maybe also that, yeah, that is, I don't know, because Scorpio and Taurus is also opposites, so there is a lot of struggle or intensity, and I wouldn't be surprised if the opposite star chart or twin flame is in opposition of you, yin to the yang, like when Pisces would become very, very spiritual, that they will meet a Virgo or Virgo energies to complete them, to fulfill you. Because Virgo is someone who is very down to earth, while you Pisces, you are dreamers. You are the dream, Sandman. You are also healers. You do sacrifice yourself a lot, and you are in danger of being taken a lot of advantage of. Now Mars here coming out like tic-tac, either tic-tac and either it's coming out in reversed. So it could be okay. I need to describe this one. This is a lot of tension. Some of this individual might have some aggressive speeches. They could have a vulgar language, or they could, it's like this is someone who are not afraid to be a little bit offensive or say things that are very rude, or but I also get that they withdraw their energies a lot and they carry a lot of aggressive energy, so they could also be very passive aggressive. At the same time, it's very typical Scorpio. We can be very rude. We can say things out of the blue and then, oh, where did those words come from? Because there could be someone that they have some tension with, because they are not, other people are not necessarily living up to a construct, human construct they have about the truth, about ethics, about moral. And so if you speak to them, they might come out as slightly sarcastic. Show me their values. Show me their values, Great Spirit. Show me their values, Great Spirit. Show me their values. Okay, that's too much. Pisces, twin flame. Pisces, twin flame. Soulmate. Love of your life. How are they thinking and feeling? How are they values? They're not talking. Maybe this is someone who have the Empress here. I see some Empress energies. I don't want to speak. Someone could be blocked. Mars in reversed. We have a problem. This is someone who might even have problem taking proper action regarding or saying the right things, let's say, in a love affair. They could say things like that would make you feel less attractive, basically. Some of them are quite extreme, is what I get. I get up the word disgusting, hoe, for some of you. Or just disgusting. Because they like to be in a little bit control. but they don't have it. They could even have point out things about your ethnicity, like let's say if you're white, I can't stand white skin, I can't stand white people. It could come out as this is not for all of you, this is more specific towards some of you, but this is the word I hear. Quite the genius on some areas, perhaps mathematics, but when it comes to displaying emotions, they are freakishly weird. Very manipulative, beautiful to look at, and at the same time this suppressed aggression, which sometimes come out as quite explosive, where they will say things that are so ludicrous. I even see that this individual could create a trauma bond between the two of you. Honestly, I'm not sure I want to finish this read or give them the benefit of my doubt in this case, because there are Pisces in reversed, Capricorn. Now I see them. I can see them. I'm sorry, Pisces, but if you are connected to this individual, you need to get rid of them right now. I've never been so direct, but if this individual is matching these energies even close, you need to get away. Just block them. I also see that they can be pretty cheap. They're not sharing. They could harass you for being, you know, a dreamer, or, you know, this is someone who are stepping on your, so maybe this read is perhaps also, maybe either you are a cross watcher or you know someone that are experienced, because I've seen friends who have had boyfriends like this, who get beaten up. So what they feel about you is secret. Already a very bad start. I'm not even sure they want to move things forward, only for, this is for themselves. They want to move forwards, but there is something here regarding personal gain, Pisces. It could be a little bit closed off, Virgo energy again here. And the Nine of Cups in reversed. They could abuse alcohol or other drugs. They don't feel too good about themselves. They're criticizing themselves a lot, and this come out also, like there is something about Pisces. It's like they are blaming you for everything that is wrong in their life. Seven of Swords in love, abusive, lying, deception. And yet, on some strange level, you are their wish fulfillment. They might be like, when you're making love, I don't know, that they are clinging on to you so hard that you can barely breathe. Don't leave me. So they have these two opposing phases or energies within them. So yeah, this is a very strange kind of love, but it's 10 of Cups. That's a lot of love. That's a lot of value they are putting in you. You have some kind of value to them. What you do not see coming, but you might do it now, is injustice. Maybe you are taking a step forward, and they might try to manipulate you again by saying, I'm sorry. And some of you will be left with no choice. Here is the Empress in reversed. Some of you might go back because this is trauma bonding. And some of you might be strong enough to leave this individual. Yeah, that was not sugar and honey, I'm sorry, Pisces. But you know, I nearly believe my own reads when I see them, but I have experienced it for myself. I have experienced it so many times, friends, family, being with this type, that it's almost the norm. It is almost the norm, which makes you question your entire reality. What the hell does this earth, the kingdom, Malkuth, how the hell is it built up? You are that Two of Cups. But they don't have any, they're not, you know, I'm not sure on what level they are withdrawing and using drugs or I see mostly alcohol, I don't know, but you might want to have some space. Coming out is very attractive for sure. Desire. They desire you. You want to seek harmony, Pisces. In your emotions, you need to create some kind of balance. Creativity. I know, Pisces, that you are very creative. Don't test me and say no. Yes, you are. Pisces are very creative. Writing is what I get in, that some of you are writers. And there is transmutation here, or some kind of transformation which is connected to you being active within this creative process. Not a raven, but an omen. What can I say about that? I don't know if I'm an omen or not. All I know is that I am a bird taking human form. That's why I always get confused when I see this card. Really, we are offended. Stay calm, Pisces. Stay calm. This is actually how I walk. See the snail there? That's my walking pace, Grim Reaper style. So basically this is about taking it easy, not stress yourself. And what the raven does is that, my God, those are magic mushrooms. Don't do that in this period. But what the raven does when it's up against, let's say, a tiger, someone with tiger energy, is that it will jump backwards, perhaps up in a tree. You know, let's say you are in a position where you can't leave this individual. The advice here is the raven, that take a few steps back, fly up one of the grains in the tree or whatever, and observe them I actually have a picture of that in the raven cards. You see a raven sitting and observing an individual who are resting under a tree. And check out their pattern. What is it that are ticking them off? And there are a few videos on extreme narcissistic behavior already that are up. Richard Grannon would be one of them who are, talking a lot about this. This is his career. And Dr. Ramani, this is basically all they talk about, more or less. I wouldn't put the label too easy, because there is a difference between sociopathy, psychopaths, dark empaths, and just pure narcissism. There is a difference. They could also have been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, for all I care. I don't know. This is a highly disturbed, and the advice here is for you to become raven. They are the smartest animal we know about, along with whales, I suppose. They can solve things that an 8-year-old child would, and they can talk. So be the raven, observe them, think, and be smart about how you act regarding this. You need to be a monster, because you're dealing here with a monster, Pisces. You're dealing with a monster. That means that you have to be a monster also. We have a shadow side. Crawl up to that shadow side, invite that shadow side in you. That's the black wolf, as I call it. And I call it shadow, yes. I'm picturing actually a black wolf. Actually, that was what approached me when I started to work with this. And your shadow side doesn't want to be seen, it doesn't want to be noticed. It's something we are in denial of. But look it in, face it, then become the monster, and then discipline it. And this is the only way to defeat this dragon, is to become another dragon. You need to have twice the strength, twice the intellect. You need to be 2-3 steps ahead of them all the time. And in the long run, it's very, very tiresome. You might expect that they turn the tables where you will be the villain. That's okay. But this is not someone you are hanging around. I'm sorry, Pisces. I hope I got better news for you next time. For those of you who don't resonate with this, check your chart. Other reads might do. I love you so much. Wish you the very best. Namaste.